Her family flexes by saying things like,
Dad said to keep it under 100 million.
I think we can handle that.
Can I get it? Nope. Real. Whoa, don't throw it in the pool!
Christmas is just around the corner, but in 2024, it's not just a season of giving, it's also a season of wasting. And I'm here to unravel some of the most spoiled presents and even spoiled people that I've ever seen on the internet. There's definitely a few in here, my friends, that I actually think you will actually not believe. Hello my friends, my name is Vic. I'm a registered nurse and certified life coach turned personal finance strategist. And on this YouTube channel, I react to financial tips from all over the internet so you don't have to, saving you time, frustration, and hopefully helping you learn something more about money along the way as well. And if you are wondering, why the hell should I listen to this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Well, my friends, that's completely true, and you're of course entitled to think that. I'll just quickly put a picture up here just to show you my financial journey so far, just so you can get to know me a bit better. But my friends, without any further ado, let's get into the most exciting part, the video. Please subscribe and share.
Oh my god!
What is it?
I don't know. It's the PS5!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, I wanted a PC! I want a PC, I don't like this.
What?
I don't want it.
Wait, are you serious right now?
No, return it.
This kid is an absolute legend. Now, hear me out, I got two sides of this story because one, we could obviously look saying, yeah, he is completely spoiled. I probably would agree in this situation, but the kid did say he wants a PC. Like, at the end of the day, it's Christmas. He did say he wants a PC. So just hearing the heartbreak in the mother's voice actually made me feel quite sad, I'm not gonna lie. But equally, she does sort of deserve it, respectfully said, because the kid clearly wants a PC. That is what he said, all right? Just putting it bluntly. You guys need to see some of these comments because they're incredible. But why buy him a PS5 if he wanted a PC? Literally my point. This happened to me as a kid. All my friends had PlayStations and I asked for one. Got an what's an N64? Comment down below, my friends. I've never heard of an N64 in my life, honestly. But at the end of the day, it was just so funny because you could just hear the mum going, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh my god!
You know, like, oh my god, Santa got this for you," even though she obviously got it. And she thought she was like going to win Mum of the Year award, and she probably won Worst Mum of the Year award. So it was quite funny to see, I'm not going to lie. Make sure that you get your kids and your friends presents they actually want. Be rest assured, if that was my girlfriend, I'd literally dump her on that same day. It's probably even the moment that she does a dance like that and captions it, a boyfriend that will never say no. Watch me say no. Watch me say no. This is to do with Christmas as well because it's in terms of presents, do you get what I mean? It's like there are genuinely some people that just will allow to spend so much money and I just don't understand it. I don't get it, like truly. It's like, whether was a man or a woman reacting this way, it doesn't matter. It's more about the fact that it's like, how are you, and why would you allow your partner to be thinking that you would get them anything? That's just an absolutely ridiculous thing to think, do you know what I mean? It's like, for me, the way I see it, just because we get presents on Christmas doesn't mean that I will appreciate you more just because it's Christmas. I'll appreciate you the same throughout the whole year. It's just Christmas as a celebration, do you get what I mean? And in my country, we have a tradition where we eat special food on Christmas Eve, right? So, do you get what I mean? Stuff like this. And that's the fun of it. Being part of your family's fun and stuff like this. But why did... You can tell this woman's throwing me off. Like, completely. I'm telling you, she's throwing me off because I just can't even believe it. And the thing is this is probably not even a joke. That is my biggest concern with this. And this guy's just smiling and ha 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 and just doing that. Like, bro, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm getting triggered. But my friends, this next one, now I don't think that you've ever seen a spoiled child more like the one I'm about to show you now.
Daughter and lives the most extravagant lifestyle I have ever seen. When showing off how much her outfit cost, she revealed
Mate.
her necklace is $4,000, her watch is $10,000, her bracelet is $15,000, and her bag is $20,000. At only 10 years old, she has built a massive following showing her buying cars, private jets, designer clothes, and even walking
Who
runways.
needs
With
that
people in the
age?
comments saying things like, I want to be her when I grow up, and today my card got declined for buying a Red Bull. Her family flexes by saying things like,
Dad said to keep it under 100 million.
I think we can handle that.
and often show themselves buying millions of dollars in jewelry in one sitting.
I'm lost for words. I literally am lost for words, my friends. The only thing I've got to add is that I'm absolutely poor compared to these people. Like, it's unreal. Dad said to keep it under 100 million. Do you understand? Like, I'm just trying to think because I can't even understand it. Under 100 million. Mum and Dad, if you're watching this, got the wrong parents. Joking, I love you. I'm telling you, if I literally had that amount of money, I'm telling you, it would not be that long until I'm a billionaire. Cocky, not cocky, I think that's just the truth. It's like, I'm aware of how to grow my money. It just absolutely annoys me so much. It annoys me so much to the point you just can't even comprehend. It annoys me so much when I see people like this with that much money, and instead of utilizing it to grow their generational wealth and actually grow their wealth so they can distribute it to other charities or etc. stuff like this, right? They use it to buy a, what was it, 13,000 or something pound handbag. Why do you need that? It's not even a status symbol at that point. I think it's just insanity. 13,000. You know, I just really want to show you guys this, so let me just swap the screen over to screen record just to show you. This is what I talk a lot about in my online community down below if you want to check it out too. There's two different ones, so I'll just leave you just to check them out down below. There's a 7-day free trial in both the communities below, my friend, and I just help men get smarter with their money, whether that's in terms of investing, cryptocurrency, money management, building an emergency fund, just all of this different stuff. There's one extremely affordable one and one expensive one, so it's completely up to you. Don't join if you don't think it can help you, my friend. But if you're interested, have a look below. It'll be really nice to see you, my friend, inside the community. I just wanted to show you this, my friends, just in case if you don't know. Obviously, this is one of my two favorite calculators, the compound interest calculator. If you have a look, my friend, let's just do this. Let's just do this. So 100 million, right? Oh, Dad said to keep it under 100. Anyway, okay, rage over. The 100 million. The thing is, you have to put your perspective of like this, the sort of like these rich people, right? Because that's seriously a crazy amount of money. So I'm not even joking. Let's say if you bought a mansion, few cars, jets, stuff like that, that'll probably be like, let's say 50 million. And I'm not even joking. You probably need a 10 million pound or dollar, whatever you want to call it, emergency fund, right? You probably want to do it as 10 million because the expenses are obviously so high. Obviously, I'm sure that's over exaggerated, but I'm gonna over exaggerate this because 100 million, in my opinion, is over exaggerated. So it is over exaggerated. So let's say 60 million, and I have 40 million left. This is for me personally what I would do. So let's type in 40 million. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 40 million. There's no commas here. And monthly contributions. I'm not even gonna do any monthly contributions. We're just gonna leave the 40 million as it is in cash. We're just going to leave it. There's no contributions at all. He's extremely young, so easily we could put in 40 years, right? Easily. That money, just leave it for 40 years. It'll probably break the screen, I'm not even joking. But length of time in years, 40 years. Nominal rate of interest, let's say it's 10%. So that's before adjusted for inflation, but that's okay. Which, for example, if you were to invest, obviously I'm not recommending anything to anyone, but one of my favorite index funds is the S&P 500. So if you were to invest in something like that, the average nominal rate of return is around 10%. We're not going to worry about the variance range. And then if I press calculate, I'm sure I'm going to get my own mind blown. Let's see, 40 million, 40 years. Right, this is what I mean. So as you can see, right, for 40 million, if you left in 40 years, right, you don't even need that. And you could just leave that 40 million. And I'm getting triggered because it annoys me so much, this, honestly. It's literally, obviously, don't get me wrong, this is not exempt from capital gains. Of course it's not. No one needs this amount. Literally, you'd be fine with like 10 mil of this. right? Or even if you wanted 100 million, you could take 100 million, leave the 1.7 billion, and then it would just grow to ridiculous amounts. How do you think the world's best investor, Warren Buffett, got so rich? This is literally what he's doing. And because he's been doing it over a big time horizon, this is the whole point. This is literally something I preach in my online communities all the time, and it frustrates me so much because so many people keep getting annoyed about not having more money when they're older, or when they age. Sorry, I don't want to be rude, but when they age, they're struggling with money, I mean. And even for their kids, they're struggling with money, but yet they're not savvy enough to do this, because you don't even need to do this with this amount. You could do this with 50 quid a month. But the problem is they don't know how to automate it. They don't know what to do. So this is literally the whole point of why I made this online communities. And yes, I probably am preaching my online communities a bit, but this is the whole point. I'm preaching it because I see so many people struggling with this, and I don't want them to struggle with this stuff. And this is literally an example here, my friends. Anyway, let's go back to the other screen and continue on with the video.
As a mother, if you are going out this Christmas and only spending £100, £50, £30 on your kids for Christmas, let me tell you something, for free, you want to be ashamed of yourself. You're absolutely disgusting. Thinking that you can get away with just buying bluey plates and dinosaur bath bombs, a pack of sweets, you're disgusting, and you shouldn't even be a mother. You need to be going out and spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds actually, per child at Christmas. And if you don't do that, you're disgusting. You don't even deserve to be a mother. Because if you were a good mother, that's what you'd do.
For all the ladies listening to this, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not good mothers. What can I say? I mean, this lady said it. I have to believe her. You're not good mothers. I'm sorry. Obviously, my friends, I'm joking. This is probably the most self-absorbed person I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even know people like this exist, but obviously I'm proven wrong every day. So I'll tell you one thing I do like about her though, my friends, because I try to be a fair guy. I love her passion. Even though it's for the wrong thing, I love her passion. The lip smacking and everything else, like, I'm not even gonna bother. You already know what I'm gonna respond to this, because I think this woman is on one. I don't know if she drank too much eggnog. I have no idea what she's done. Or maybe she's just getting high off her self-absorbed energy. Like, I don't know what it is. Let's just have a look at the comments, shall we? This one's the top comment on this video. The way I was headed to the comments to tell you about yourself. Good on you for speaking up. Feel so sorry for Holly. This is the woman. £100 of things a kid loves and appreciates is better than £500 on rubbish. Yes, that is completely 100% correct. I really like this comment. Massive thumbs up rating. If your kid wants a toy car for Christmas, you're not going to go get him like those mini cars where they could drive around and stuff, which cost like thousands of pounds. Like, you're not going to do that. I understand it's your kid, but it's like, at least for me personally, and I could 100%, don't get me wrong, like, I of course get my sister gifts, right? But equally, one of the most important things that I can give to my sister is my actual knowledge of investing to help grow her account, because I'm thinking of later on in the future in terms of her being able to buy a house, in terms of her retirement, stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? And yes, this is a very stupid way of thinking, I get it. But equally, this is a way of thinking that will help you build wealth, because wealth loves time. But this is for me personally. Not everyone needs to be the way I am. I'm not saying I'm God's gift. This is just purely what I do. This is probably my favorite one, even though I got a bit less likes. I think it's disgusting that you're shaming people who don't have a lot of money to spend on their kids for Christmas. Christmas is about spending time with family and friends to make it magical. 100% agree. No amount of money can change that. If you haven't already, watch the film Don't Look Up. I know it's not a Christmas setting at the end when the meteor strikes and destroys the whole world, but look at the end. Literally look at the end of the film. It's on Netflix with Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the, not the best films I've seen, but it's a very, very good film. Like, at the end, when the meteor strikes, and by the way, this can even happen in real life because it's crazy, you should really watch the film. At the end, they were all at peace and they were all so happy because they were together as a family. No matter what happened, you were together as a family and you enjoyed it. That's more than any financial thing can buy you, my friends. But of course, obviously we know money is important because you need money to survive. But more than that, my friends, happiness and families and community is something that keeps people living longer. It's proven. So one of the highest, most dense populations of centurions in Japan, one of the things that they said is the reason that they're able to live longer is because of socializing, because they have more communities. One of the main reasons why I actually made an online community for men who want to talk about money as well. Just think it's important to mention because I do think that it's good to be around people that are interested in the same things as you. And this is the final one, my friends, that I think you guys can really relate to. I hate the comments of you have all year to save. You know what else you have to do all year? Mortgage, G&E, gas and electric, water, car insurance, tax, all the taxes, MOT, school uniform, shoes, food. 100% agree. And I don't have a kid, so I don't even know how much kids would cost, but I know it's quite a bit. Hence why I don't have kids currently. When people say you have all year to save, I think that's complete falsehood. I mean, every single day is a chance to save, but you do have bills to pay. So you do need an actual budget plan. I do have a free personalized spending review for you and a free download guide that I personally made to help you manage your finances a bit better. And they're all completely free inside the community when you join. And again, it's a 7-day free trial. So technically you can go in, take advantage of it, follow the steps, and message me in the community if you have any problems. Like all professional athletes have coaches, and those coaches are obviously not as good as the athletes, but having that accountability and them guiding them to their potential, that's a different story. And that's how they work. And that's why they're so effective. So even just having someone to hold you accountable, even if you know what you're doing, that is super effective in itself. I do think that this next video it just shocked me when I saw it. So let me just show you.
You won't let me get it? I'm gonna smash. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Can I get it? Can I get it? Nope. Really? Nope. I hate this piece of shit phone. Whoa, don't throw it in the pool! You have chef now? Nope. Yeah, you are. You better go get that phone and hope it works. I don't want to.
There's 3 things that this Muppet needs, right? And I don't care if he's a kid, doesn't matter. I think his behavior is unacceptable. And if you have, if any of your kids are treating you like this on Christmas Day, my friends, you really should stand up, because I think this is the result of parenting as well. But there's 3 things that I think this kid needs, and I'm just going to say them exactly how they are. And that is a Wii Fit, a gym membership, and a good attitude. I'm just going to say how they are, all right? Because this kid does not need a new phone, right? He needs to lose some weight. Regardless whether kid or not, no one should be that big at his age. Of course, there are parts that I blame the parents, of course, but equally, the kid has put the food in his mouth at the end of the day. I've literally come from being obese, so I know what it's like. Do you get what I mean? So my friends, don't let any kid push you about like this, even if they're your kid. Don't allow that to happen, my friends. Financially make a good decision for yourself in terms of the presents. Get them something they want that's affordable for you, of course, and everyone's happy. No one deserves to be treated that way. That kid was ridiculous.
Got to have a rant. I cannot believe the price of Christmas events this year. I'm London, Kent area, and every single farm this year is a minimum of £150 for a family of 5. I ain't bantering either. That's Marsh Farm right there, 400 quid. Bear in mind, I have 2 children under 3. Guys, what are you doing? Why can't we go out as families? No wonder people can't do anything anymore. We can't bloody afford it. It's actually sad at this point. If you've got children, especially more than 1 or even 2, forget it. Forget it. In the end, I ended up going up with Chessington, and we got 2 days there, 1 night at the hotel as well for £240 for 5 of us. Can we have a word, please? These little Christmas events should not be charging a blooming mortgage.
That last part scared me a tiny bit, but the thing is, I understand why she's frustrated, my friends. You get what I mean? And anyone would be, especially here in England. Like, even just £400 or £500, and that, I think that was, by the way, I had a look, that was actually like sort of like around the medium for these farms. Even if you were just to go out with your family to a nice restaurant, stuff like that, you like the actual money that you'd be spending, especially a family of 5, is definitely a few £100s. And the thing is because of the prices, because of inflation now, it's just significantly higher. I think even inflation like 2023, I think it was 2023 or something like this. It was literally a couple of years ago only. It was literally up by 11%, which is crazy. That's like an all-time high, and it rarely goes up by that much, but that is crazy in 1 year for it to go up like that. Businesses, including mine, so my business is exceptionally new, so I'm still new to the game of business, but still, it's like one of the rationales in terms of increasing your prices would literally be because of inflation, which makes sense, by the way. Some businesses increase every single year by a few percent to keep up with inflation, which makes sense, and I say it's a fair increase. But then you get these businesses that literally increase their prices every year by like 10%. If it was in that year when inflation did 11%, I sort of get it, but normally inflation on average in the UK is 2.8%. So if you really think about it, my friends, and in America, it's probably going to be around the same figure. But the thing is, my friends, it's like that is a crazy, like even 10%, that's significantly higher than what you would be charging for normally. So that's actually quite crazy. And obviously, because people are making less, they're already saving their money, which is losing money to inflation already, meaning that they are actually able to afford less for goods and services every single year for the amount of cash and money that they hold in their savings, because the interest rates in the banks are just significantly less than the actual inflation rate is. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I mentioned it literally in my course that are in my communities. And I only say this just because I genuinely think it can help you. It's not even promotion at this point. But I do think that inflation is like the invisible depreciator. And I don't think many people see it like that. It's like, just because your money is in your account doesn't mean it's not losing value. That's the thing that I think most people don't get. And I think that's why a lot of people struggle financially, is because when you leave your money, just simply understanding this concept that your money, but like really understanding it, not just getting it, just understanding that you're losing money to inflation and knowing how much you lose to inflation, right? You will very quickly understand that actually saving your money is actually not saving you, which is very ironic. And that's what the government wants you to do. So this is the thing, my friends, you have to sort of think about these things and become more financially savvy, because I don't want you to fall behind, my friend. And this for me personally is because I realized I was falling behind a few years ago, and that's why I spent countless hundreds and hundreds of hours educating myself on this, understanding how to grow money, how to run a business, how to invest. All of these different aspects are very important to me, and I fully understand this woman's anger. You know, I think we should look at some of the comments to see what other people are thinking about. I've got 3 grandchildren and even the cinema is a stretch. Now, my friends, I'm not even joking. I literally went to the cinema with one of my good friends, and when we went there, I literally said to her, and I couldn't believe it, because I was literally saying to her, I was like, when I was 14, 15, I remember going to the cinema with my mates for one of the first time by myself, thinking I'm a big man. But then I remember, and I paid for a popcorn and a large Coke drink, right? A large Pepsi Max. And I remember I paid, it was maximum £8. It would not have been less than £8. And I thought that was expensive back then. Now, my friends, if you live in the UK, you will know that in the cinema, it is ridiculous. Like, I literally went and I only got a drink and 2 popcorns, right? I only got 1 large drink because they do them really massive now. So just to share with her, right? And when we did that and we just got 2 popcorns, that was over £25. I'm literally thinking to myself, how is that over £25? We got 2 medium popcorns and a large drink. Where are you charging this from? And on top of that, it's over £25 as well, because they charge a service charge on top of that as well for value-added tax, right? They charge the additional one on top. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, Jesus Christ, like, this is so, like, it's unreal. And that was just for that. I couldn't even believe it. Let's look at some of the comments. Christmas is awful now. They've lost the magic, all about making money. Unfortunately, yeah, it's true, darling. And that's why my business is all about helping men. Nothing in terms of discriminatory against women, nothing like that. I just think there's a lot of women groups out there that help women financially, and I don't think there's that many to help men financially. So obviously it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but this is just guidance and insights that I think I can provide and help with men through what I've done so far. So that's why I just want to help men get smarter with their money, because I think, Leah, exactly because of this point, I do think this is one of the most important things, my friend, that it's just about making money now. And I think it's not even about making money, it's about knowing how to make money. Because when you know how to make money, then I think you can actually have that magic back. But until you know that, I don't think you will be able to feel that Christmas magic, or just your life in general. At least that's how I feel. And I remember I felt lost for quite a while, and once I understood how to do it, I feel a lot more calmer now, especially building my emergency fund. I feel a lot of calmer now. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, I know whatever happens for 5-6 months, I'm covered, whether that's to find a new job or whatever. I know that it's okay. And just knowing these simple principles and understanding and helping build them up literally will just get you so far ahead that you don't even understand mentally how comforting it is, and the peace of mind that actually goes around it, my friends. So if it's not free, I don't do it. Everything costs a small fortune when you get there. Food, drinks, ridiculous prices. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, this lady in the video was talking about going to like a farm or something like this. They are quite expensive, like marquees and stuff are quite expensive. I think that's what she's talking about anyway. But yeah, there are a lot of free things that you can do. Even just going for a walk with your family in like the forest. I'm not even joking. That's like one of the best things that I can think of, and it's like so like super fun, and it's free. You could probably get like there's a cup of coffee like in a small shop, and you could just spend like £3 to get a cup of coffee. And just have a fun time. You get what I mean? Like a cup of coffee with cream and marshmallows, like with a bit of chocolate on top. Like, what more could you want? Like, it's sick. You do get it, but there's definitely like, literally like Wendy says, there's definitely things you can do that are more affordable than this. My friends, so let's move on to the next one. And I think this guy spent £10,000 on Christmas. Now I need to look at the video because I don't know what he spent it on, so I'm not going to judge him, but let's see what he's done, because I'm slightly concerned if this £10,000 went towards something that I think it went to. So let's just have a look.
I'm buying myself a 10 grand Christmas present, but I'm going to let my girlfriend decide what to buy. Right, for 10 grand, I can either get a car, a holiday.
A car.
Car?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Right, 10 grand budget. What have you got for me? Take a look at that. Right, let's go. Spot on. This is the car. I thought I'd treat myself for Christmas. I had a 10 grand budget. Obviously this is not a flex. I'm not trying to flex the car. It's just an old model A-Class. I know there's haters going to be out there saying, oh cuz you've got these businesses, why you only got an A-Class Merc? Cars depreciate in value. I'm not going to spend a lump sum on a big fancy car just to please yous. I've got other places I want to put my money smartly. I've got the boxing coming up. The boxing event's going to cost around 20 grand. And the profits from that is going to charity. I feel like yous are always quick enough to say when I'm cocky and when I'm arrogant, but yous are never quick enough to say when I'm humble. This is a video to hopefully inspire people. You could make a living from social media. If you want to do social media or TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is for a living, you can. Look at me, I've built a whole life from it. I've got a beautiful house, beautiful girlfriend, and now a whip. I'm living cushy with social media. I've built businesses. You can build a whole empire through social media. You don't need to work that job that you hate. Start your side hustle, get on social media, make your money, and live the life you've always dreamed of.
I understand this guy, and I can actually really resonate with him, even with my car that I got. I do think that I personally, for me, did definitely go a bit overboard, but I'm not planning on buying a car anytime soon. So that's basically the reason of why I did, and I was selfish in that perspective. But 100%, my friends, you don't need a brand new car. You don't need a new car. There's so many good approved used cars, like less than 5 years. I think this is a fantastic tip. Obviously, the £10,000 for Christmas. Obviously, I understand what he means, and it's for himself anyway. And the fact that his girlfriend even said, actually get it for the car and not for a holiday, actually says quite a lot about his girlfriend, that she's actually quite humble as well. Because for me personally, I actually think probably a holiday could have been better, but not for £10,000. But still, regardless, maybe his situation was different, who knows. There is a comment though that I want to read with you that I think will actually help you guys out, and it's by this guy called G Reg. Cool name. So let's see. Surely, Lisa, I'm just taking the piss. Surely, Lisa then invest the remaining £9,000. No, just me. So the thing is, this guy is not incorrect in what he's saying, but for me personally, if you have payments, even if it's £10,000, you will have to pay monthly. The whole point of this game, for me personally, my friends, if you don't know, I'm really debt averse, so I want to do whatever I can to stay out of debt. Obviously, I do think obviously the only exception is a house, because I do think you could do many things with that. And I think buying a home for like, let's say 300,000-400,000, I actually do think it could be a massive waste, instead of just paying a really good down payment of like 100,000 and then actually investing the rest, because that's a sufficient amount of money. You could actually make quite a bit more. But in this case, with a car, stuff like that, I don't actually think it's going to matter too much, or with anything else for that matter. I don't think it's going to matter too much. And I do think just the peace of mind, my friends, depending on what sort of spender that you are in terms of your personality of spending, and yes, there is such a thing, but genuinely, my friends, like, I do think that although this G Reg guy, what he's saying makes sense, and I do obviously get where he's coming from, I do think when you it's better for me personally. It depends on your philosophy behind it, because for me personally, I'd prefer to own my vehicle knowing it's mine, and then the only thing I have to worry about is paying for car insurance and potential, touch wood, repairs. But that's obviously because I've paid off my car in full. I will have money to be able to build up the emergency fund. So that money that I would have used to pay for the car, yes, I would have to pay a bigger down payment in the front end, because you would have had to buy the vehicle in full, right? But instead of paying monthly payments, you can use that money to build up your emergency fund significantly quicker. The thing is, you may ask, oh, what if I do it the other way and lease it? The thing is, that's right, but then what about if you have, like, let's say a new bathroom, then a new kitchen to do? You could see slowly that debt will keep building up. And not only that, the accrued interest on that debt, especially if you pay through credit cards, which most people do, is going to compound significantly higher. And then all of a sudden, that situation that you've done, all of a sudden, the £9,000 extra to pay in front to buy the whole thing in cash doesn't now look so bad, does it? Because you want compound interest to work for you, not compound interest to work for the credit that you owe to the credit companies. So when you look at it like that, you have to sort of ask yourself, and obviously there's calculations that you need to do yourself depending on your situation. But yes, these are the sort of the things that go around in my head. For me personally, in my own opinion, I do think it's much smarter just to buy the car fully outright, get an approved used car. You don't need something ridiculously crazy like a Lamborghini or stuff like that. You definitely don't need that. Easily can get stolen, and you don't want to risk that either, because I think your peace of mind is very important. You don't want to have to keep worrying about that. So yeah, my friends, that's my opinion on this anyway. But equally, instead of that £9,000, there is another thing that I agree with G Reg on, because there's a new emerging market of the crypto market, right? As I'm sure all of you have heard it. And don't worry, I'm not going to babble on about this, but it's important to talk about, because there's £5,000 that I spent towards the car, part of that £5,000 that I didn't necessarily need to spend, and I could have bought a shittier version of my current car. But for me personally, after having done all the calculations, etc., I didn't want to. But that £5,000, one of the coins I called in my last video a few weeks ago, because like I already told you, whoever listened in my last video, you would already be up a good 3, 4, 5, even 5x on one of the coins. I'm not going to mention it again for now. One of the coins that I called out in the last video, it's already done 3, almost 4x, right? So that £5,000 that I spent on my car that I didn't need to spend, I could have invested it and actually already made a 3, will actually be even more than that now currently, because I went in quite a while back. But let's just say for the matter of this video, it already would have done a 3x, so that's already £15,000. The thing is, obviously, you have to understand that the crypto markets are extremely volatile. It's not guaranteed, and obviously £5,000 is a lot of money. So for me personally, because I've already put in quite a good chunk in there already, this is sort of the things you have to think about in terms of what you would want. Because obviously, if anyone will be looking and going like, oh, you could turn 5,000 into 15,000 pounds. Yeah, sure, but what's the risk to reward there? That's the thing. So, and I think that's the beauty of these methods and knowing how to play the game, because we're living in such an amazing and awesome time right now that it's actually really cool. The long-term investing in the crypto markets, it's just an amazing time to grow your wealth. Right, my friends, and with that said, I think we've gone way over the scheduled time, so I do apologize, but I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, my friends. And I do think right now on the screen you'll see 2 videos pop up here, which I think YouTube recommends that you watch next. So I'll see you in the next video, my friends.